Well, hello, my name is Shaniece and I am a personal and business development coach. I'm an entrepreneur of 14 years in direct sales, and I'm also a motivational speaker and entrepreneur. So today I want to share with you a quick business tip. It's a question that I get asked at all of my sold out seminars and workshops, and where I teach and I train entrepreneurs that are looking to grow and develop amazing businesses and also create multiple sources of income. So get excited. I have something great for you. A quick question that everyone always asks me is, Shaniece, how were you able to have the courage? Like, what gave you the courage to step out on faith, to run your business on a full-time level and not be afraid to fail? Well, that's a great question, because a lot of my clients who I work with would love to step out on faith and run their businesses that they love doing on a full-time basis, but they're afraid that they'll sacrifice and their income, and they'll fail. And so what happens? What's next if they decide to take this jump? So I want to give you some quick principles that I use in order to help me when I have to make a huge decision or a transition. And number one, I believe in biblical principles, and I also believe, one of the great scriptures that stand out to me when I think about faith is the substance of things hoped for and the evidence of things not seen. So when you operate by faith, that means that you are trusting that when you take one step, God is taking two. And that's belief. That is belief. So, I definitely believe that you have to step out on faith. Most entrepreneurs, whether they know it or not, when they decide to run their business on a full-time level, it's a faith move. Number two, before I walked away from my job, I was in pharmaceutical sales 14 years ago, graduated from Ohio State University, and then went into pharmaceutical sales. And for 2 years, I worked for someone else. And I decided it just was not for me. So I decided to step out on faith. But before I did that, number one, I did research on my industry, the industry that I was going into. What were the target markets and the customers like? How was I going to brand myself? How can I market myself? What were other people doing? So that leads me into number two. I did a lot of research on the different entrepreneurs that were working their businesses on a full-time level. So number one is your faith. I want to make sure I give you bullet points. Number one is your faith, and just believing that you can do it. Number two, doing a little bit of research. And then number three, surrounding yourself with the right people. So I started doing research on people who were, working their business on a full-time level. And I started to pray for God to, allow me to be a magnet to the right people that could take me to another level. See, one of the things that we say as entrepreneurs is, show me your friends and I'll show you your future. So, show me the 5 people that are around you and I'll show you your future. And if you're the number one player on your team, if you're the number one player that's doing the best in your group, then it's time to find another group, because you don't always want to be number one. You want people around you that are going to pull you up. You want people that are around you that can deposit into you. And so I was looking to be mentored by people who were already doing great, right? And then the next step I would say is to plan. I created, and I sat down with my mentor, and we created a lot of planning sessions. We did a lot of strategy sessions. We created a plan of action for me. What would my life look like if I was operating my business full time? How would I be accountable to me? How would I show up for me? Because when you work for someone else, you have to show up for your job or show up for them and be accountable to them, but it's different accountability when you are the one that's in control. So what that would look like. And again, as I was talking to other entrepreneurs, they were sharing with me, what their lives were looking like. And then also savings. I did a lot of saving, y'all, and I did a lot of sacrifice. As women, we like to get our hair done, get our nails done. We love to look nice. And I had to sacrifice that in order to save excess money. So you're probably like, Shaniece, how can I save if I'm living paycheck to paycheck? And that is a great question. My grandmother taught me, if you can at least save $5 a week, $10 a week. That will get you, even if it's $2, it'll get you closer to your goal. And if I had to change anything, I had just saved for 3 months, and I saved enough money to take care of my expenses. So when I was running my business on a full-time level, I didn't have to worry about that. But now I would have, and I teach my clients to save 6 months worth of expenses. So you are not stressed out, and you can dive fully and give your business, at least 99%. So those are the things that I would say is your belief, your faith, researching, attracting yourself, connecting yourself to the right people, planning, and then saving. So those are some quick tips on, how to, step out on faith and run a business. Because see, we fall all the time. We fail. In life, we fail, and we just get back up when we keep going. And, fear is false evidence appearing real. And fear and faith cannot reside in the same body. So everything that we do, when we get in our car, we're stepping out on faith. When we get in an airplane, we're stepping out on faith. So don't be afraid to fail. Don't go to your gravesite saying, I wish, I could, I should, or I would have, or what would have happened if I did that. Follow your goals, follow your dreams. God has put an amazing gift inside of you, and your gift is meant to serve the world. You are meant to serve the world with your gift. Don't allow it to lie dormant inside of you. So empower yourself, get motivated, and jump. And know that you might fail and you might fall. But you know what? What you learn in your valley makes it so much better when you get to your mountaintop. So what's given me the courage? I just shared that with you. Have I been afraid to fall? Yes. Have I failed? Yes, but that's what makes a successful entrepreneur. So this is your personal and business development coach, Shaniece, signing out, throwing up the peace sign. Hope this tip helped.